Man, this is the truth behind the Lupe Fiasco, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, or Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino situation. Because I always wanted to speak on it, and I should have probably knocked this out a long time ago just to put it behind me. But the recentness of Lupe, and I'm just seeing like he's like bitter. He took the path like, I ain't gonna mess with them for y'all. No, I ain't gonna mess with these and go pop and do all this other stuff because I want to be down with everybody, and I don't want them to look at me like that. So I turned all this down because I don't want to be commercial, but get mad when somebody else, they basically say okay and kind of push you to the side and go to the next thing, and then you diss somebody for no reason. And he was like, oh, now everybody else is into black nerds. I was a black nerd before all of these black nerds. Lupe was out before Kanye. I was a black nerd. But see, the thing with Lupe can rap, period. He can rhyme. He can make dope songs. His problem is himself. He can't get by himself enough to make the work get out to the public that he needs to. Because he don't want to sell out. You could do a commercial song. Just don't be commercial. That's the thing. You can make a pop song for the radio and still get your album out and your message out through your songs. You think Nas said, man, I'm gonna be the rapper that's in the corner, just sitting on my window stoop, and I'm just gonna write the songs I wanna write. Do you think if Nas wrote the songs that he wanted to write, you wouldn't hear a lot of songs from Nas? You wouldn't see all these albums. The albums would have no chance of getting out to the public. And then he said some slickness about Childish Gambino and talking about he don't work with black people, but he was just joking. Like, I'm just messing with him. But why? What you doing? All you trying to do is tap into his fan base. Instead of just saying, man, let's work on something together, he probably would have been more open to working with you. Instead of taking that type of approach on social media to try to get people, his fans, to follow what you doing. People don't know they can get more with a conversation that they could with stupidity. But New Age think like that, but Lupe is old enough to know better. And it's a funny thing. I thought Donald Glover and Childish Gambino was two separate people. I swear, that's how much stuff Donald Glover is involved in. Like from writing, producing, making records. But he's a comedian. And he's an artist. So his writing skills for his raps, they really smart. That because of the internet album, I was listening to that album has bars. Like a lot of them. And the wordplay is sick. So I said, oh man, this dude could actually do something. Like, he's not a gimmick. And he's talented. Multi-talented as far as acting, producing, and putting out his own work. So I said, man, this dude he's on it. He's on his job. I give him that. But it was kind of like, it was kind of like hating, and so Lupe could just say, man, I was just playing with you. You know what I'm saying? But Childish Gambino is not, he's not a threat to anybody. Like, they all having an argument over who watched the most anime. That don't make no sense. But Lupe, you better than this, baby. You better. Knock it off. Really. Tired of seeing like Lupe and this beef. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
You know about me? Alright, cool.
I'm a fifth man.
Yeah. Yeah.
What in the hell happened? All of a sudden, I'm on Twitter, it just blew up. Why I smack you in your face? Why?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so we were my boys smile and make me laugh. But no, for real, like we were just we were at the beach. We were trying to have like a relaxing day for the first day. All the homies were at the beach. Like people shooting videos, we chilling, and then we saw somebody say something like, and it was Lupe, and I was like, is he for real? And I like read his timeline, did all the research. I was like, okay, he's kind of joking. But at the same time, he was calling me. At the same time, he was saying like, I only work with sneak this and kind of being like, I don't work with. Which I was just like, especially for someone like Lupe, who's always like community. I'm just like, man, like I'm trying to make moves. I want to be like, I know I'm not like hood. Even though, like, I did grow up in one of the more dangerous places, like, people don't believe that, but I was like, but you know what? I'm just gonna respond, and I'm gonna respond in a clever way with a Chief Keef diss that he gave you, like, a couple months ago.
Right.
And then after he got that, he was like, man, brother, it ain't gotta be like that, Chief Keef. I'm like, you didn't learn your lesson? Like, he kinda, I love food and liquor, like, I love all that music, I feel like that, but I just felt like he was coming at me, so I was like, I gotta come back in my own way. Like, but there's no, like, ain't nobody gonna die. Like, it's me and Lupe. It's me and, like, it's me and Lupe. It's like
a war of anything, a skate off.
He's like, I watch more anime than you. Like, no, who? Like, that's not something people want to see, man. Like, I get it.
Hilarious. So many scratches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of scratches.
No one's fighting. It's like, oh, just wait. Like, somebody did Atlantic did call me though. Atlantic did call me though. Like some goon called me, left a message like, yo, we gotta straighten this out.
What?
We gotta straighten this out.
Should've called me.